G'day Year 10, it's Dang Lao Shi here again. I just wanted to produce a quick little video to remind people how you go about typing in Chinese on your computer in case anyone's forgotten. The first thing to do is actually make sure that you've got the Chinese language installed. Now, if you've got a Mac at home, then you're going to have to go and find this information on your own. I suggest going to YouTube where there's a bunch of useful videos. I don't have a Mac, so I can't show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to add add Chinese as a language if you're using a PC. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is just go down and click on your Windows button, and you go into Settings. Okay, I can do it up here or down there if you like. So we open up our Settings window. Now I'm going to go down to Time and Language. Okay, it may look a little bit different depending on the version of Windows that your computer is running, but you want to look for Time and Language. Okay, so you can see I've got a menu down here. I'm going to go to Language. And on this side, you can see that I can add a language. Now, all of you should have English on there as your default. I've got Spanish in there as well. So to add a language, you simply click here. Now, there's a lot of languages you can add. The easiest way to find out the one we want is to just type it in. So we just type in Chinese. So the first thing you'll notice is that there are a few different kinds of Chinese. Right? We've been learning Chinese Simplified. That's the official language of the People's Republic of China, and that's the one we should select. We should be selecting Chinese Simplified China. So I just click on that, and I go to Next. This bit's really important, okay? Because you do not want to install the language pack and set it as your Windows display language. If you do that, then everything you see on your computer will be in Chinese. And if you're using mum and dad's computer, they might get a bit cranky. So you want to make sure that you're unchecking that so you don't make it your display language. Click on Install. All right, so now you can see that I've got that up here. I've got the three languages now. I've got English, Spanish, and Chinese. Something you should notice on your computer as well is that when you come down here, it says ES speakers in Spanish, but this is where you can change it. So if you actually come down here and click, you can see I've now got an option to choose English, Spanish, or Chinese. So I'm going to choose Chinese. The keyboard shortcut for doing that is to actually press the Windows key plus the space bar, and that means you can scroll through those one by one. It's me pressing space, space, space. So Windows key plus space bar brings it up. So we're going to use Chinese. Once you've got this up, you'll see that you've got a little zhong down there. That's Chinese mode. If I click on it, it changes to ying, which is English mode. So I can change it by clicking on it. I can also change it by hitting Shift. That's just me touching the Shift key and changing it between Chinese and English. So when it comes time to typing in Chinese, I'm just in a regular Google Doc here. Remember, this is not translating for you. So you can't type in English and expect Chinese to come out. If you type in hello, it's not going to say ni hao. It's going to say either hello or he li or he lan or he la or he liu or he li. So you have to type in pinyin. So if you're going to type in hello, ni hao, you actually have to type in ni hao. And you can see there's a few different variations of that, including a cool little emoticon type thingy. You've got to make sure the characters are right and that your pinyin is right. So ni hao is my pinyin. There's my characters. I can either hit 1 or spacebar if it's the first one. And my characters come up. Full stop. And there we go. So for your assignment that you've got coming up, you need to make sure that you're typing in the correct pinyin for the sentences that you're going to be writing. I'm going to put together another video a little bit later on about how to do that exactly. This one though, just to show you how to install the language and then how to type stuff in Chinese. So remember, it's Windows button, settings, and then once settings comes up, it's time and language, and then add a language, and you want to be adding Chinese Simplified. Remember that you don't want to make it your display language. Okay, and then once you've done that, you click down here to change between your languages, or use the Windows plus spacebar keys. Microsoft Pinyin. Make sure that little zhong is there if you want to type in Chinese. If you need to put an English word in there, then if you just click on that to ying, you can see if I type in my document now, it comes up as Chinese. Even if I put in pinyin, I can try. So if it's shift again. So while that ying is on, if I try and type in Chinese, yeah, it doesn't let me because it wants to type in English. So I press shift. You can see that's changed now. So I can type in dang lao shi. Okay, guys, hope that's helpful. I'll be making another video shortly about how to, about what specifically you can be doing for your assessment task. All right, this is 张老师 and 再见.